Okay, let's do just a quick test here, just to make sure everything's working. Are we working? Everything live? I think we're working. Should be working. Yes, okay. I had Twitch muted. That makes sense why it didn't seem to be working. Hello! Sorry for... I'm going to apologize now for clearing my throat a lot, because I'm not sure entirely what's wrong, but I think I've got something caught in the back of my throat that it just won't go away. Anyway, happy Memorial Day, or I guess now, at least on my time, day after Memorial Day. To those who celebrate, to those who don't, I hope you had a good Monday. I decided about 10 minutes ago that I was going to go live and had barely anything set up, which is why I took a bit longer to go off of the starting soon screen. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Today we are going to at least start building the Full-Mechanics Gundam Ariel. Last time I finished building the Calibarn, I did finish Season 1 of Witch from Mercury. It was really good. And I started Season 2, but it didn't immediately grab me like the other one did. So I guess we will see how that goes from here. Oh, and I did buy some new single blade nippers. They aren't God hand, but they're really good. So let's get started, I suppose. And while I was at a hobby shop buying an airbrush, I did see a runner rack, and I should have picked it up. Maybe next week. Alright. Looks like it's having me start on the right arm. Or no, it's having me build the pieces that can be used for any arm. It also has a ton of stickers. So that's fun. I need the D runner. It has really shiny runner for all of the underlying red parts. Well, it's both of these. Yeah, if you don't have any single blade nippers or clippers, as apparently they're called in other hobbies, single blade is definitely the way to go. You'll get a much smoother cut and less to shave off later. Oh yeah, and I also finished building the St. Celestine. Mini? I built her two little Gemini, or however you pronounce that, earlier in the week. And then I finished putting her together last night. I did accidentally cut off her thumb, but things happen. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose I can pull up that other person's stream, because I was in the middle of watching someone else's stream and I was like, it is about that time. I guess I will also stream. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Oh, and I sent a picture of the put together Celestine to one of the group chats I'm in, and Zix, bless his heart, was like, I can't wait to see that painted. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to paint it. I also don't know why, but the model has been very jittery lately. I'll have to see if there's anything I can do to fix that later, but it's hard to fix things when you're not even sure what's wrong with them. Because I assume it's a tracking issue, but there's so many lights on. Unless that's the issue. Too many lights on. Let me just... I think it might also be the camera. Yeah, I don't know. Or just vibrating, I suppose. Oh yeah. We're going to shuffle play music from backing track. You'll have to let me know if that's too loud. Yeah, everything's going pretty well, Hyper. How are you doing? Doing well, I hope. Oh, good. Better than the alternative. think I underestimated the amount of parts that this kit would have. But I guess that's my fault. I wonder if I turn down the volume for me, if that's going to turn down the volume for you. Gracious. Hopefully that didn't change anything. $17 and $18. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think that is sprue. The way they molded these pieces makes it hard to tell what's sprue and what's not. I apologize if my voice sort of catches in my throat every so often. I was eating something earlier and I guess it got stuck to the inside and is just sitting there every so often making me feel like I'm gonna choke. I'm fine. It just is disorienting for my brain. C23. I don't know if you build model kits, but people are always saying that if you're gonna be doing like Gundams or something, you should get the God Hand nippers. And while I may not agree with the price of the brand, there are knockoffs out there, single blade nippers that are just really, really good. Like F3 and A6. Ah, F3 and A. I think this is A. Yes. What do you mean, undergate? Oh. Every time I use the previous playlist, I got a ding on YouTube from one specific song, even though it's supposed to be safe for streaming and whatnot. So we'll try this one. Though it does seem to go harder on the rock vibes. Not that I have anything against those. We are going to skip that one though because it's Christmas. It is currently May. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, I missed a piece. Sweet. Yeah, the other playlist was more lo-fi, but rock isn't bad. Okay. Kind of nestled the shiny red piece in there. And it wants us to do that again. While I was at the hobby store buying panel liner to potentially finish up Caliborn and Spiegel, I bought a Gerber Tetra to build off stream, just as a little treat for me. Because the guy who got me into this hobby was like, hey, you should watch Gundam Build Fighters. And Alia, I think that was her name, was one of my favorite characters from that show. I have it on a shelf behind me. I should really re-watch it again. Yeah, these are good vibes. This music was the right choice. And I added up all the points for the Warhammer models that I have, and it's just over 1,300. I'm not entirely sure what I could remove to get it under that, to get to like 1,000. Or I'm not really sure what I want to add to get it up to like 1,500 or 2,000. Because I do want to learn how to play the game. I know it's like, okay, 500 or 1,000 for learning, and then 2,000 for actual tournament stuff. Maybe I could add a mortifier. Those are always interesting. Or if I pulled out Triumph of St. Catherine and St. Celestine, that would bring the total points down by quite a bit. Oh, and when my mom called me today and I told her I was working on some other model kits, she's like, well, when you finish them, make sure you send me pictures. So she wants updates on all of the models I do, not just the ones that she bought for me. All of them. And with the higher quality tools that I got, it should be higher quality pictures that I send. Just don't tell her that. Because if I botch a picture, she'll go, what happened? I thought you were good at this. I never claimed to be good. Okay, that should be good. And we'll use the toothpick trick that we use on stickers to try and get this in as far as we can before we add the piece on top. Gotta be very careful when shaving these parts down so I don't break them because they're so thin and potentially brittle. I say as I feel a piece bend really far underneath my fingers. Alright. I'm assuming shoulders. D27 and 28. So it feels like it's going to be very dramatic. Which is fine. I'm just saying. Yeah. Turning off that light actually didn't help with the jitters. So I think it might be the camera. I'll have to restart it at some point. Well, actually, I can't remember the last time I restarted the computer, so I should probably do that at some point as well. Oh, D31. This almost feels like Doom music. That might be the point. I've seen some of Doom the Dark Ages gameplay, but not a lot. I don't know how I feel about them. I've played some of them. But not enough to make an accurate judgment. I know I hit shuffle, but this playlist is all over the place. Alright, now do it again. Oh, wait. Yeah, do it again. I think a lot of the old master grades were this way too. Alright, you built this piece, now do it again. I mean, I have only built two master grades. Was the Spiegel and the Death Scythe Hell. And I spent so long on the Death Scythe Hell, just trying to make it look good. It also came with a lot of decals that have remained in the box, because I can't be bothered with some of that. Yeah, before I even tried painting the Games Workshop minis I have, I think I will try airbrushing the Gerber Tetra. To be the greenish color from the whoops. Sorry about that. A runner was caught on my scuff camera setup here. One of these days I might replace it with a decent setup. Might. Really, Cupcake? Did you have to knock off all of the coats onto the floor? And I think I have an idea for when I do. If/when I do paint St. Celestine, I think I'm gonna do one white wing and one black wing. Because, yeah, she is technically established in the lore. She has a color scheme approved by GW. But if I'm painting this character, this model, I'm gonna do it how I want. Just like how I've painted any model I've painted before. Yeah, copy? How can I help you? Be very careful, cat. I know I am. Alright, you can lay there. Try not to, ingest any microplastics, please. Alright, oh. That was my fault. There we go. So now I have a right arm and a left arm. Mostly. Yo, what? Oh, options. Gotcha. It has thumb articulation. That's pretty neat, actually. Alright. Oh, jeez. D20. Which has a lot of things that you don't cut. Thankfully, they are pretty easy to tell what to cut and what not. I don't know if you saw her just now, but Cupcake just went across the, was that right side of the screen? And now she's sneaking behind everything. Where you going, Cubby? Wanna go back there? Onto the PlayStation like you do? I'll let you. D18. It's probably saying don't cut those side things either. No, I guess I figured that was obvious enough. There's some undergate action on there as well. Looks like on every single gate. Kind of reminded of Rooftops by Liberation Army. I think that was what their band was called. Very old song. But a fan did remaster their music video for that in 4K. Which I think I'm going to try to do. That's misleading. Sorry. I think I'm going to try uploading the 4K recording of this stream to the VODs channel directly instead of exporting through Twitch. And we'll see how long it takes to upload. Just as a test. Dang, is the AC not working again? It's getting kind of warm in my room. I'm using decent compression on the footage with AV1, so it shouldn't be too big of a file, and it shouldn't take too long to upload to YouTube. Plus, 4K 60 FPS is pretty enjoyable to watch, at least as far as I'm concerned. It will definitely look better when it comes to things like gameplay, but in lieu of having actual gameplay footage, this will make for a decent test. Alright, so undergates on those two pieces. Alright. You know, undergates to me feel like that one adage of measure once, cut twice. This music is kind of unsettling. So I guess next time we use this playlist, if we use this playlist again, it will be not on random. Because random is kind of, well, random. Who'da thunk? Oh, this one has extra articulation at the wrist. There's the elbow. It's got like extra articulation at the wrist. That's neat. And now we do it again. It's actually pretty well cleaned up already. I have thought about making a Discord server for people to join. I need to look further into how to do it. And while I would just take the one I've already got and repurpose it, if you will, people would have certain expectations based on the name. And yes, I could just change the name, I think. I think you're allowed to do that. But it's not just my server. It is the friends we made along the way server. And while I do trust my friends to not just ban people at random, I don't know if I could trust everybody in there to not just say my government name. Know what I mean? I would probably invite them to the new server if I made one, but at least most of them. Some have no interest to be part of the shenanigans that happen here, and that's fine. So they probably wouldn't get an invite, but the rest of them, I'd probably at least see if there was interest in being a part of the new server. People have asked before, hey, you have a Discord? It's like, no. I do feel bad answering that way, but I just don't know what I'm doing enough to keep people safe in there. And I don't have the finances to hire anybody for that right now. What the hell? Sorry if you heard me blowing into the mic just there. I should really mute when I do that. My cat just observing the mess she made by the door. Yes, Cuppy, you did that. This might be one where I just build the arms tonight, and then we build the other parts next time I stream. Because this is a lot. Okay, so we need the B, D, and E. So we can get these C runners out of here. Keep the D. Lol, Lamau. That's F1, that's F2. B, D, and E. There's so many runners in this kit. drink some more water. Okay. E28. Okay. Ah, I almost cut out the wrong piece. D30. The thumb piece. I will say, I don't know what it is about Warhammer plastic, but when I'm handling even just this small piece from a Gundam kit, I feel like it's sturdy enough that I don't have to worry about it breaking. Meanwhile, the Warhammer kits, I'm like, this is gonna break if I do anything more than just barely touch it. And don't even think about coming out with me with a, oh well, no, it's not true. It's sturdy enough. The Hospitaler's needle in the Adeptus Sororitas Hospitaller kit. I think that was bent before it even came out of the box. Oh, right. I don't have the music on the recorded track. So I'll need to... Okay. So it might be a compromise for this VOD. But on the VOD's channel, it will be in probably 1080p. And I'm going to take the audio from the Twitch VOD and the video from this VOD, or the video from my recording, and then export it in 1080 to sort of upload a little bit faster. In the future, I will remember to change the recording so that the audio from the music track goes onto the recording. Good job, Eris. Fantastic work. Alright. There's a hand. One hand. And I think we will... Alright. Put that D in the box. E29. Oh, and I can also try subtitling. Because that is a feature in the program I use. So I don't think the Twitch subtitles I thought I set up correctly are working. I haven't tried, but I don't think they're working. If anyone has any information to the contrary, please feel free to let me know. And that's the last E part. Goodness. Well, the cat left. She'll be back sooner rather than later, though, as she always is. Okay. Alright. There we go. That one got him without popping out. Left arm. Alright. I know this was a short stream. I'm sorry for that. But I am quite tired despite not doing much the past 4 days. So I'm going to end stream here. We're going to raid into Kaidessa. She's currently playing Kerbal Space Program. And I will see you all when I see you. Until then, I encourage you to do it, Hyper. It can be very fun. It can be very stress relieving. I'm just a little tired today, so I'm cutting the stream a bit short. If you were just starting out, I'd recommend either an entry grade or a high grade. Those ones are a little simpler and easier to build, and allows you to dip your toes into the model making scene without spending too much money initially. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop by again. I will try to be streaming about the same time I started stream today, on like Wednesday or Thursday, I guess. It's Thursday around midnight. So, hopefully I'll see you again. But I'm going to send you into Kai now. Have a good night.